Yo, what is up everybody? It is Shibso here, bringing you another League of Legends gameplay commentary. Today we are playing Singe in the top lane versus Lulu. Not a fun matchup for Singe at all. One of the more difficult matchups overall for Singe because she can just poke you from a distance, she slows you, you can't chase her, and if you do catch her, she has her shields and a wild growth. And she's just all around a pretty big nightmare for Singe to deal with. But this is going to be a very, very, very good game against this Lulu because you're gonna see. I play it pretty well. I'm actually impressed with this game. I did better than I normally do in these matchups, so you're going to see how that goes. But yeah, anyways, starting off here, I'm going to go for, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go for a Corrupting Potion at the start here, simply because I expect Lulu to poke me down very heavily. So I'm not going to go for the standard Dark Seal and refillable pot start. I'm going to go for the Corrupting Potion start. To be fair, I could have, in this game, it probably could have still worked to go for that start for the Dark Seal into refillable potion, and then just getting enough gold to get corrupting potion, then recalling back and with enough gold and picking that up. But I just decided to start the refillable potion this game, just because I expect to be poked down a little bit early on here. But yeah, Lulu matchup is not very good for Singed at all. Like I said, she has a lot of poke. She can get away from you very easily with a speed boost. If you do get on top of her, she can ult herself to save herself. She has her shields. And in late game team fights, she can do the same thing to her allies. But the weakness of her is that she is squishy. So if you get ahead, you can sort of run her down with ult. It will take a while to kill her, but you can still do it. Enemy jungler this game is Kindred. A bit of an annoying jungler for Singe because she can slow you down and chase you pretty easily. But she's also squishy as well. So, and she can't kill you as fast as something like a Lee Sin can early on. So yeah, she's not going to be too big of a deal early on here. Lulu is just going to be the main obstacle here. So now what should I do here early on? Look at how perfect I CS this compared to how I normally do in level 1s, because I've been playing a lot of Nasus lately, so I've sort of been getting used to the yeah, I've been playing a lot of Nasus. We searchers now, boys. Singe and Nasus. But yeah, I've just been, you know, the more sedentary style of Nasus, been playing that. So you're going to see I actually CS pretty well early on. I'm not pushing the wave. I'm fine with being pushed in a little bit. I just don't want it to go onto tower, because unlike Nasus, Singe cannot farm on the tower for shit. So just keep it sort of in the middle. I can run away if I get ganked pretty easily, so not too bad. And just try and last hit the creeps. Used a glitter lance there, so gonna go in for some more CS. Missed one there. Grab that one. And just try and get as many as I can, so I can get some early magic resist. Want to try and come back with a no magic mantle if I can. Help mitigate some of her damage. She's actually not really poking me as much as she should be here. She should really be shooting at me and not the creeps. Well, I think she's trying to push me in, so she's attacking the creeps instead. But she should just be attacking me and letting the creeps just stay alive. It means that the wave would probably push into her favor. She might lose a few CS, but it would be a massive disadvantage for me. Yes, we also have a Gnar in the mid lane. That's an AD Gnar. It's not an AP Gnar or anything like that. He's just in the mid lane for some reason. So yeah, we got an AP, not an AP. Sorry, we just got a Gnar in the mid lane versus Ari, and they trade kills there. So pretty interesting. Interesting game, but not too difficult. We got a Jhin on our team. He has a lot of damage, so that's going to be quite a bit of damage. Late game, we got Gnar, who's a good frontline initiator tank for me. Because Singe isn't really an initiator or like a tank per se. He's more of a disruptor. He's good at just controlling team fights. He's not really good at initiating or engaging on team fights all that much. Still got some sustain left, so I'm sticking in lane against her. No need to go back just yet. I've got enough for no magic mantle, but I'm thinking here I want to try and get enough to come back with a Specters Cowl. That'll make my lane against her golden. She'll do a lot less damage to me with that Specters Cowl, so that's my goal here. Try and just farm up these creeps as best as I can and get enough gold for Specters Cowl. I'm actually beating her on farm quite handily here. Despite the fact that she's attacking the CS and not me, she's still pretty low on farm. I'm a good almost 10 CS ahead of her here, so winning this lane so far early on. She's not applying as much pressure on me as she should be. Of course, I missed those 3 CS right as I say that, because I'm really good at this game, as you all know. So she pushed in. I could recall here, but like I said, I've still got quite a bit of health. I don't have any sustain left, but I've still got quite a bit of health in reserve. So I do really just want to try and get enough gold to come back with the Specters Cowl, because that'll be beautiful against the Lulu. She just will do nowhere near as much damage to me as she would normally, or as she would with a null magic mantle. So I really want to get that Specters Cowl, but I'm running out of HP, as you can see right here. So I sort of have to try and make a choice here. I know she has Ignite, so I don't want to stick around because she can kill me. So I'm thinking, do I stay to get an extra wave, or do I recall and just wait for the gold? Because I do have TP up. In the end, I just end up waiting, recalling and then waiting for the gold. Because, you know, it's much better to do that, maybe miss a few CS than have to, you know, get killed by Lulu. Even though she's out of mana, she can poke me down, ignite me, I could die, so I don't want that to happen. See you back to lane here. I'm only going to miss about 2 creeps worth of experience, so not too bad at all. And going to miss a couple of these last hits, but that's fine. I got the Specters Cowl on my first back, which is awesome for Singed against a ranged AP matchup. And let's show up against something like Lysandra, in which case you'd want to rush Merc Treads first. Much better in that scenario. But Lulu, you pretty much want to just rush the Specters Cowl and try and get swiftness boots as soon as possible, so you can just run past her to Proxy. Because you outscale Lulu with farm, so you're golden just proxying her. It's just the early laning phase that sort of sucks. Keep missing CS, very important to playing Singed. Gives you an extra challenge, makes you feel better about yourself when you win. So make sure you miss a lot of CS. As you can see here, I missed like every creep in that wave. But, you know, you want to balance that by getting perfect CS as well. So you do want to go in for a proxy if you're up against an unfavorable matchup. I don't have boots here, so I have to be really careful. But honestly, Kindred and Lulu are both squishy at this point. But Lulu does have a shield, so it's a bit risky. I'm not ridiculously scared of them right now, because I have ult and ghost up, so I can probably escape from a gank. I'm happy to just sit here and get some free farm against this Lulu. And there's Kindred. Now, I make a choice here to go for the wave, since I know she's going to take out the ward, so she's going to be occupied for a sec. And then I guess that she's going to come up top here to cut me off, and I guess correctly. So she runs up that way to the tri-bush to try and cut me off. So I pop ult, and I'm going to start running back down, and she's going to have to turn around and come get me. So I'm going to be able to drop some goo in front of her, farm one more wave here while I'm killing myself, and then execute. And I'm pretty sure I get every CS in this wave, so that was actually a really good proxy. Waste of time, execute, and still got most of the CS. Yeah, pretty much got all of them. Missed like 2. So yeah, that went really well. Now pick up a Doran's Ring here. You're probably wondering why I pick up Doran's Ring instead of going to like a giant spell to build into Rallies. I pick up the Doran's Ring because I want some mana regen. Doran's Ring's mana regen is really damn good, since it got buffed in the preseason to give you 50% of your base mana regen, instead of just 3 mana regen per 5. So basically, it's really good on champions with high base mana regen, like Singe for instance. Singe has pretty high base mana regen, so it's very good for him. You can make great use of that passive, especially if you get 2 of them. You can basically not run out of mana, but I want to have at least 1 Doran Ring, because I want to have a bit of mana regen, because I'm not going to be building any mana items, obviously. Head on back to lane here. I don't know where Lulu is, but I got a Specters Cowl now, so she can't really do much to me. I can just run past her to Proxy. Once I get swiftness boots, everything will be fine. I can just ignore her and just carry on with farming. Kindred, you know, annoying slow, but once again, swiftness boots really helps out with that. Wait here, because I suspect she's going to come toward. She does, so I just get a harass combo off on her there. Pop my Thunderlords. She takes a bit of damage, and she runs over here, so I pop ult, trying to go for her. I'm not going to kill her here, but I'm going to blow her ult. I could have maybe goo flipped her there, but I don't think I would have had enough mana to do it, so I didn't try. And yeah, she blows her ult there. And, yeah, whatever. That's cool. I do plan to try and go for a dive on her here, because I have a lot of mana regen with my ult and my flask and all that coming back up. So I do plan to try and harass her under tower, maybe go for a dive on her, because her ult's down. But I'm pretty sure it's here. Ahri shows up, so I don't really want to do it. Well, that might be later, but Ahri will show up at some point, and Na will be able to get free damage on the tower. Oh, no, that's later. Here, I want you to watch this carefully, right? I plan to go in here to tank the tower. Rammus smites her before I fling her, so he takes the tower aggro instead, and he dies. So, Very big misplay by Rammus there. I had way more health than him. My plan was to go in there, run in there, fling her, take tower aggro, and then, you know, he would just taunt her. She would be busy attacking him, and we could finish her off. But no, he smites her before I, fling her, so he takes a tower aggro because he attacks her first, and he dies for nothing, so. Yeah, pretty big misplay by Rammus there, but I'm still not very scared of Lulu. She doesn't appear to be playing too well. She's not harassing me as much as she should, so I'm all fine with that. And I've got swiftness boots anyway, so. Swiftness boots, a bit of MR, you can deal with Lulu. Gonna see me back in here because she does have ignite, so. Sorry, burp. Fucking hell. She does have ignite, so she's probably gonna recall and have to walk all the way back. So, get a nice push on, make her lose some CS. Try and make up for that kill that Rammus gave her. And going for the proxy. It's coming back again. I could have harassed her there maybe, and you know, did some damage to her before she went to her tower, but she had double buff, so didn't want to risk, you know, her chasing me down with Glitter Lance and the red buff and killing me, so decided not to. But I'm back in the proxy position again, so everything's great. Good use of a teleport to get me back here. Keep an eye on their jungle. I want to see if I can steal their blue buff if it comes up. Deny that from their mid laner. Got another ward up on my totem, so I'm going to drop a ward there. Nice ward coverage, and I'm going to go for a deep proxy here. Just makes it, you know, if Lulu wants to come chase me, she has to go further. So she'll lose more CS if she does. So if you can get a proxy behind at this position, it's pretty good. I'm fleeing the cannon creeps. I've got a Doran's ring, so that Doran's ring will give me some mana regen. Allows me to afford to fling those cannon creeps. Now here, know there's a fight that's going on mid lane. I guess that Ahri has no ult, and then Nar tells me she has no ult, so all good. Pop ult and Ghost, and just run for it. What she should have done here was ran to the wall and flashed over the wall. Instead, she just flashes in a random direction, uselessly, so she dies. You can't flash away from an ulting and ghosting Singe unless you flash over a wall. It's just not going to happen. So, pretty easy pick up on Ahri there. Little rotation. I was in proxy position, so I was able to get the flank pretty easily. Grab this wave in the mid lane, run back top. My CS is going to be very good this game because I'm going to be siphoning creeps off of mid lane quite a bit. So sort of like double proxying, but not in the base. Come out here, drop some, you know, Mega and Haste on Lulu, see if I can get some damage on her. See if I can chase her down, but I'm not really going to be able to do it, so just go for the CS instead. Recall here. I can buy some components on my Raleigh, so I might as well. Not going to go for a needlessly large rod here. I'm going to go for the Giant's Belt and Amplifying Tome instead. Because I don't really think I can kill Lulu, so I'm just going to tank her and farm instead. Get some more damage later on. Team's not doing too hot this game. 7-3 at this point. Haven't lost any towers yet, so it's not too terrible. But, yeah, we're definitely not winning this early game. But, we'll do pretty well in the late game, you'll see. I play this game pretty well, as I said. That will actually be the only death. The execute I got at the start will be the only death. I will not die to enemies this game at all. So, pretty well played. You're gonna see that happen. Gonna keep proxying, though. Make her lose CS. I'm actually gonna harass her as she tries to come back to lane here, because... you know, now I can. She doesn't have double buffs anymore. I'm a level ahead of her. I'm level 10. Sorry, level 11. So I've got level 2 ult, and I can get some damage on her there. Gonna run back through here, get a fling harass combo on her to try and make her take some more damage. Her shield absorbs most of it, but she still ticks down from the poison a little bit. Here I'm trying to go for a dive, and this is where Ahri shows up, so... yeah, I'm not really going to be able to go dive that kill with Nari there, but... gonna get a lot of damage on mid lane tower. Nari's pushing that mid lane tower, so... still good. She shows up pretty much uselessly. You know, maybe she saved Lulu's life if I went for that dive, but she probably had wild growth up anyway, so likely wouldn't have died. Keep pushing, heading down for the proxy once again. Just ignoring Lulu at this point. You know, she's got wild growth up and she's got some health back now, so Not really a chance for me to dive her. So just keep farming. That's fine. We can trade farm. I scale much better with it, as I said. So you have no real risk. This is a risk free basically. I mean, I'm proxying, so there's always a risk. I'm gonna take the blue buff here because I noticed that Kindred was bot lane. So free blue buff. She's gonna be coming back soon, but I've taken this before she does. So all good. Don't really need the blue buff on Singe. I mean, it definitely does help. It's going to help here. But it's more about denying it from the enemy. Disrupt their jungle. Deny blue buffs from mid laners and all that. Rammus is going to come up here. Going to pop out Ghost. Blue buff really did help here, actually, because I had enough mana to get these flings off. There. You're going to hit her. Fling. Fling auto attack into poison. Proxy Thunderlords. She dies pretty easily. Kindra's up top. Not really scared of her. She's not fed, so I can just farm this wave, push it out, recall, come back with my allies, hopefully. Let my team know that she's top lane, so that if they want to, make any plays in bot lane, they're a lot safer to do so. Recall here, go pick up our allies, and now, if I fight Lulu, I can kill her, because she can't run away with the Rylai's still on top of her, so. Very, very good item on Singe, obviously, Rylai's. You guys all know that if you're watching me for any amount of time. Rylai's mandatory on Singe, 100% of the time. Rush it as soon as you can. That's why you don't go Rod of Ages, and you don't go Tier, because Tier's shit. Tier is much better than Doran's Rings. Basically, the argument against Tier and Doran's Rings is this, okay? You don't want to go Rod of Ages. Oh, sorry, Tier and Rod of Ages is this, right? Okay, let me start that again. So basically, the argument against Tier and Rod of Ages is this. You don't want to go Rod of Ages because it takes too long for you to get your Rylai's. Yes, it's a very good item on Singe once it stacks up. But you're forced into taking no AP items early on. You've got to go that Catalyst. And you delay your Rylai's. You delay the best item for Singed. Now, the other reason why you... the reason why you don't want to go for Tier, on the other hand, is you might say, okay, Chimster, Tier is like 700 gold. And 2 Doran's Rings, or a Dark Seal and a Doran's Rings, are like, 800 gold. So why don't I go for a Tier instead? The reason why you don't go for Tier is because you have no early pressure with Tier. You might as well go for 2 Doran's Rings, or Dark Seal Doran's Rings with the Dark Seal start. And by doing that, you have a lot more pressure early on. You can actually kill people. Yeah, Tier will stack up late game and do a lot of damage. But the thing is, you don't need the mana, because you have the mana regen from the Doran's Ring. And you don't need the, if you just manage your spells properly, you don't need the mana. And you have enough mana regen from that Doran's Ring, so you'll be fine. So it's basically like, you don't want to go Tier because you don't have enough power in lane with it. People will shit stomp you if you go Tier. So you might as well go Doran's Ring so you can at least trade with them. And you don't want to go Rod of Ages because it delays your Rylai's and it doesn't give you any immediate power. It doesn't give you much AP early on. Now, yeah, it does give you the HP and mana, which helps you survive a little bit. But it does not give you the damage if you go that Catalyst early on. So that's why I don't go for either of them. Decide to go on Lulu here. Pop ult, but nothing's really going to happen. I'm just going to chase her down to a tower. Get a fling on her. Thunderlord's proc. That's about it. Bit of a waste of ult there, but, Singe ult's on a Peanuts cooldown, so it doesn't really matter. Na's coming up. She's, for some reason, standing in front of me, thinking that she can kill me with no mana. So, we're going to pick up a pretty easy killing her here. I'm going to dive her. She's going to ignite me. I'm going to immediately run out of tower range. Got my Ghost running as well, so I'm fine. My ult was fortunately still running while we dove, so pretty much saved my life there. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Now, gonna pick up Banshee's Vow right here. We're gonna go into it second. Don't quite have enough for it. Oh, I will in a moment. Kindred decides to face check Na, so she gets completely shredded. And now that she's dead, Lulu and Kindred are dead, so I've got no pressure on me in this top lane. Everyone else is, I can see the other 3 people on the map and they're nowhere near me. So I'm just gonna farm another wave and take this tower. Not a big issue. And that will definitely give me enough for my Banshee's Vow. I want to go for Banshee's Vow second, because like I said, I'm up against the Lulu. And they've also got an Ahri mid who's, doing okay. So, they got quite a bit of AP damage. Might as well go for that, Banshee's Vow and go into the Dead Man's Plate afterwards. Especially since I've already got the, Specters Cowl. So, it's already half completed anyway. I think I'm going Leandry's here, but the thing is, the team's not very tanky at the moment, so I'm going to go for a Dead Man's Plate instead. Still do quite a bit of damage to them because they don't have much tank. Leandry's, it's more useful if the enemy team starts to get tanky. Enemy team isn't really tanky at this point. Only one who's really tanky is Braum. You know, Kindred squishy, Lulu squishy. Then Ari will be squishy, so yeah, not too big of an issue. Don't need Leandry's very early this game. Keep farming again here. Nothing too crazy at this point. I will be 1v1ing Lulu pretty soon, but I'll get to that when I get there. Right now, we're just farming. Keeping up the CS. And, yeah, I got the Banshee's Veil, so she doesn't do all that much damage to me. I got a lot of MR now. See Kindred down here. I know she's going for the blue buff. I want to contest this, so I'm going to pop my ult. Try and go for her. Do as much damage to her as I can. She's going to get the Lulu shield, though, which is really annoying, so I'm just going to have to run. And she could chase for a little bit without taking that much damage. Fortunately, though, my team is collapsing. I'm going to go for her here, blow her ult, which is very important when you see this fight. She has no ult here. So my team's going to come in. A couple members of my team. And they're going to start cleaning up. It's a bit of a sloppy fight, but we do get a clean up here. No ultimate on Kindred. She couldn't really stop anyone. Nah, Chase is a bit too far forward, so he's going to get killed by Ari. And then Kindred is going to jump over the wall here for some reason. And I'm just going to fling Scarlet attack into poison, Thunderlord's proc, she dies. No ult there, so not really too scared of her. Got the kill. Don't really have that much armor at this point, but, you know, that's fine. Singe does a lot of damage when you got that Thunderlords, so never underestimate a good Singe who knows how to Scarlet attack. Does a lot of damage. Recall here, start building my Dead Man's Plate. It's going to help me out against the 2 ADCs that they have. Still got a lot of AP, so I don't really want to go Thorn Mail. But just getting a lot of armor still helps. But some health on... if you get a team that's a hybrid, you know, AP, AD, you want to go for health items mainly. Health items with resistances as well, because, you know, the health will help against the AP, because it's just, you know, health helps against everything. But the armor will obviously make it extra effective against AD opponents. So keep that in mind. Here. Sneaky Singed. Want to see if Lulu goes forward. She does. Ult Ghost, let's run her down. And what has to be one of the most aggravating fights I've ever had. Get a Goo Flip on her here. Get her down to half HP. And she's just going to start kiting me around with that little lance. Ult. Doing all this stupid annoying shit. But I'm going to drop another Mega Adhesive here. Should have Goo Flipped her. Should have waited a bit longer, but I didn't get the Goo Flip. So I'm going to end up having to chase her a bit longer. But, you know, I have Raleigh, so I can catch her. Fleeing back into the Raleigh and just auto-attack her down. Easy. Make sure you're auto-attacking a lot while you're playing Singed. If you're chasing someone, make sure you get those auto-attacks in while you're doing so. Because Singed's autos hurt. As you can see, I have 114 AD with the dragon buff. So, make sure you do a lot of auto-attacking with Singed. Gonna start working on this tower now. Nobody's here. Any opportunity you have to get damage on this second tier tower of Singed, you should always take it. Because this tower is ridiculously hard to push down with Singed. You don't have the ability. You're not Nasus who can, you know, take it out in 5 Qs. You have to just sit there smacking it down. So, whole enemy team is dead. So I'm gonna get this tower anyway. But, yeah, even if they're not all dead, you know, maybe you can have, like, you know, 10, 15 seconds, just get some free hits on the tower. You want to try and take those anyway. You come back and finish it off later. Recall here, pick up Dead Man's Plate. And pretty sure I'm going to be building into Abyssal here. Because they actually, I want to get some more AP. But what am I going to be building into? Oh no, I think I'm building into Leandry's now. So yeah, I'm going Leandry's not as the last item, but as second to last item. So, could have gone Abyssal there as well. Would have helped, but Leandry's more damage. Teleport into this fight here, pop my ult. Ari tries to come with the water kill, nah. Fling her, somehow that's a goof flip, so she dies. And this fight is just a massacre. I'm able to just run in the middle with my poison running and just melt everybody down. Flip Lulu here, back into the Rammus. Braum is just going to go down, combination of my poison and Zyra damage. And that's it. Yeah. Pretty fed. A lot of damage. I'm not going to quite be able to pick up Ezreal here, but if you watch the minimap, this Rammus just goes hard and goes straight for this Ezreal and actually ends up killing him. I'm going to work on this tower instead. Objective is to win games. So, you want to go for the towers, obviously. Gives no fucks, mate. Gives no fucks, that Rammus. Easy. Easy fucking peasy. That's another tower down, all the outer defenses are gone. We haven't lost a single tower yet this game. The kills were pretty close, but we didn't drop a single tower. And I took down a lot of towers this game. I took down both top lane towers, the mid lane tower, both mid lane towers. So I've been doing very well this game. Helping expand our map pressure. Pick up the dragon here. Not, you know, crazy. Don't need it all that much. It's only the second dragon, but it's there, so might as well take it. I can tank it up as singed, and Fling does % health damage, so pretty easily get that. Go for the Haunting guys, more damage, especially against the ADCs who don't have much MR. Going for like a Haunting guys or a Leandries and an Abyssal Scepter melts ADCs because you basically reduce their magic resist to 0 or very close to it. So you do so much damage to them. Now, they have no front line. All they got is Braum and he can't really stop me. So I just immediately go for their back line in this team fight. I don't catch them, but they're forced to kite me back. So, you know, they're not able to participate in the fight and we just clean them up. That's the risk of picking somebody that isn't tanking into top lane, somebody who can't frontline. Because, you know, you have no frontline. If your jungler's the only frontline, they don't have a frontline in their jungler either. They got the squishy ADC Kindred. So, the only frontline they have is Braum, and Braum ain't doing too much. So, I'm able to just dive their back line with impunity every single time. Jin stuns Braum with a W there, so I just go there, fling him. Pretty easy kill. Start working on the towers again. This game's almost finished up, but it's going to be a bit slow. I'm going to methodically remove these buildings first. Take the inhibitor there. Gonna start working on this Nexus tower, but the enemy team's back up now, so can't really get it. I might have been able to get it here, but I probably would have died for it, so no need to do that. Let's go back and finish him off with one final push. I almost have enough for Leandries here. I don't want to sell the Doran's ring though, so I'm actually going to farm a little bit of the jungle here to try and get the 300 more gold I need for Leandries. But my team's gonna fight. It's not gonna be too good, but we're so far ahead at this point. It's not going to be too big of an issue. But yeah, after the Andrews this game, I probably would have gone into maybe an Abyssal, or maybe like a Warmogs or something. Either Abyssal or Warmogs I probably would have gone into. Both of them are pretty damn good on Singed. Warmogs is a great last item for the late game. Because, you know, if you're in a split push and you get chunked down in the split push but still manage to escape, then you can run back a bit, your health regen's back up, and you just split push all over again without having to recall. But I want to close out this game, so I'm going for Leandries. More damage. And I'm going to TP in. And we're going to end out the game pretty damn soon. Nah gets the flank. We're going to go for Ezreal. He's going to try and, you know, juke us through the base gate. I'm just going to go around the other side. Fling him, secure the kill. Dominating, baby. Kicking ass this game. And right here, we're basically just going to end. Take the towers and finish off the game. So yeah, there you go. That's playing Singe into Lulu. Very, very good. Very, very good game. Not Singe into Lulu is not good at all. Singe into Lulu is cancer for Singe, but she wasn't an amazing Lulu. But even if she had poked me down early on, you know, I'd itemized very defensively, magic resist wise, so I would have. I'll be able to survive her. But I just have to play a bit more carefully, not as ballsy. But yeah, that's Singe versus Lulu. That was a very good game. Very good game overall. A lot of map pressure I applied. A lot of very good roams. Got towers. And you're going to see from the end game stats here that I show that I did quite a bit of damage. Took a lot of damage as well, but you know, I'm tanky. I'm running into the fight. That's going to happen. But yeah, that's Singe for you, folks. He's a big disruptor. I mean, there was a question on Summoner School where somebody asked, is Singe a real tank? And the answer is, of course, no. He disrupts team fights. He slows people with allies. That's his job. He's very yeah, he's an old class, as somebody on that thread said. You don't really see that many disruptors being released anymore. You know, people being updated into disruptors. I guess Poppy could be seen as one of them. She's sort of a disruptor. But yeah, they're old dogs. Singe is all about applying that team fight pressure, and with your allies, and you know your goo flips and your mega adhesive. He can do a lot in team fights, so you want to get into those team fights with him. Which is why I don't really like Izarot Singe. I like being in team fights. But yeah, there you go. There's a damage dealt. A lot of damage dealt to champions. A lot of damage dealt. And not as much as... I didn't have as much damage taken as Rammus, because, you know, he's Rammus. But still, that was a very good game. Very well played on my part. And yeah, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Like and subscribe for more League of Legends content. Thank you all for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day.